He says I just sing leaving songs and never let him hold me long. I know he speaks the truth I can't deny. I just don't know how to be the woman that he needs from me while I find a way of living my own life. 'Cause there's a big wide world turning round. Oh, I can't stop or slow it down. So I just hold on tight, then I'll take a ride on that big wide world turning around. He thinks I should jump at the chance to get myself all to romance. Part of me that he can't understand. I've never dreamed of being tamed. I was not born to change my name. It's nothing I would ask of any man. 'Cause there's a big wide world turning round. Hey, I can't stop or slow it down. So I just hold on tight, then I'll take a ride on that big wide world turning around. Now for 50 years we've had this conversation. Can't believe that it's still happening to me. Every time I must provide an explanation as a woman who is happy being free. Oh, you know that old thing, it just don't sound right to me, yeah. Well, there's a big wide world turning around. Oh, I can't stop or slow it down. So I just hold on tight, then I'll take a ride on that big wide world turning around. Big wide world turning round. Big wide world turning round. Big wide world turning round. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. That song is called Big Wide World. Well, this past week has been such a horrible news week, and as a musician, I've I kind of sit here and feel like I'm insignificant. I'm not contributing anything to the world, to the situation that's going on. But when I see all of you guys out here tonight, and we're all here in love and in light and with peace in our hearts, and maybe we can contribute to putting out some more good and beautiful energy out into the world tonight. I think that's always a good thing. So thank you guys so much for coming out and being a part of this. House concerts are special environments and just such a treat for us. And so thank you guys for letting us come and do this, because it fills our heart, and we hope it fills your heart too in times like these. I wrote this song a few years ago about what being American means to me. In our country, we kind of like to divide ourselves up into groups, and we define ourselves by our differences. But, especially when we see the things that are going on in the world, we can be so grateful that we still are able to live despite our differences among each other. And I really think our differences are what make us stronger. And that's what this song is about. This is called American ID. On the night train to Copenhagen, fell into a restless sleep. Woke up in a foreign city where every stranger looked like me. Way back home in Carolina, even in my family, I see the mark of many nations. It's our American ID. Every face tells me a story, some souls yearning to be free. We still fight and we still struggle for our American ID. When I grew up, I left my hometown, came out west to stake my claim, brought my ancestors' journey across these rivers and these plains, and I know it's a restive spirit. Same blood inside my veins makes me leave what is familiar to seek an unforgotten name. 'Cause every face tells me a story of a dreamer and a dream. We still fight and we still struggle for our American ID. We still fight and we still struggle for our American ID. I get so angry at my neighbor on so much we disagree. I decided to surround myself with those who think like me. All these colors that divide us, all these differences we spite, maybe form our true foundation. In the end, will seem so slight. 'Cause every face tells me a story that's part of my history. We still fight and we still struggle for our American ID. Every face tells me a story that's part of my history. We still fight and we still struggle for our American ID. We still fight and we still struggle for our American ID. Thank you so much. Well, lots of folks were asking about where we're from. We are from the northwestern part of the state of South Carolina. Brandon is from Spartanburg area. If you guys are fans of the Marshall Tucker Band, that's the area where Brandon is from. And I am from Greenville County, and we currently live in Greer, which is right in between the two of them. And we like to go to a lot of baseball games there. We have a little Red Sox farm team in Greenville called the Greenville Drive, and we love to go to baseball games there. We're all big baseball fans, and I'd also like to offer you all my condolences. Man, I was after our team was out of it. I was really hoping you guys would. I was really hoping either you guys or the Dodgers or the Braves would pull it out this year. But anyway, we're all big baseball fans, and in the area where we're from used to have all these textile mills, and all the textile mills had a baseball team. And our most famous baseball player from our neck of the woods was Shoeless Joe Jackson, and he grew up playing in those textile mill teams. And so I wanted to kind of write a song about sort of that history, that mill history, and entwined with baseball. And so I wrote this next song about a fella that didn't quite make it in the major leagues, and then that little town he was from, that little mill town, didn't quite make it either. This is called Throwing Strikes. I was raised in this Mill Hill town, it's where my family settled down. Daddy worked the mill like folks we knew, and when I grew up I'd work there too. But in high school, on the baseball team, I threw a no-hit against the Rebels when spring scouts came around. And I was packing up to leave this town. Spent 2 years in Florida and 1 out west, small town. I'd been the very best, but it turned out my best wasn't good enough. After spring training, I got cut, so I tucked my tail and I came back home, just to find out the mill was gone. Now the tallest building in our town is empty as a shell. The houses all around it are emptying as well. I'm just gathering stones down by the pike. Tonight I'll be out there throwing strikes. I crack open a beer in an overgrown field and stare up at that forgotten mill. 48 windows, each with 36 panes. No fancy stuff, just a strong arm name, like flying across that plate on opening night. As the sound of breaking glass cuts the quiet. Tallest building in our town is empty as a shell. Houses all around it are emptying as well. I'm just gathering stones down by the pike. Tonight I'll be out there throwing strikes. Cops roll by me, they don't even care. Oh, you know, it's almost like this place ain't even there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Tallest building in our town is empty as a shell. The houses all around it are emptying as well. I'm just gathering stones down by the pike. Tonight I'll be out there. Tonight I'll be out there. Tonight I'll be out there throwing strikes. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was throwing strikes. Well, Brandon and I have 3 boys at home. Our oldest son he's been playing baseball this year. He's 10. And I tell you what, those 10-year-olds, they're pretty good. They're pretty good at that. At baseball, it was surprising. I was very surprised. Like they got some good talent out there, and it's been fun getting to go see him play his games. And he's got 2 younger brothers. We've got a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old. And actually, the last time we were here that we played for you guys, we did not have the 3-year-old. So that's, if you haven't seen it since then, that's something new besides the new album. The new kid. He's not that new anymore, though. He'll tell you. Brandon still calls him the baby, though. Brandon's like, "Where's the baby?" I'm like, "What baby?" We don't have a baby anymore.
There could be one when you get home. Man.
Oh, goodness. You just go over there.
Keep showing up.
But anyway, here's a song. This is a song I wrote about, with all these boys. I'm always thinking about, they're little sweet innocent boys, but they're going to be grown men someday, and I just want for us to raise them up to be good men, and that's what I wrote this song about. This is called Little Boy Blues. Little boy gonna grow up to a big boy. Little boy gonna grow up to a big boy. Little boy gonna grow up to a big boy. Little boy gonna be a man. Little boy gonna grow up to a big boy. Little boy gonna grow up to a big boy. Little boy gonna grow up to a big boy. Little boy gonna be a man. My heart is growing weary. I'm in this world of men. Memories still haunt me. Now I don't know where I stand. A little boy gonna grow up to a big boy. Little boy gonna grow up to a big boy. Little boy gonna grow up to a big boy. Little boy gonna be a man. Little boy gonna grow up to a big boy. Little boy gonna grow up to a big boy. Little boy gonna grow up to a big boy. Little boy gonna be a man. Who hold his little hand when I've gone to my rest? Will he become an honest man, or just another woman's test? A little boy gonna grow up to a big boy. Little boy gonna grow up to a big boy. Little boy gonna grow up to a big boy. Little boy gonna be a man. Little boy gonna grow up to a big boy. Little boy gonna grow up to a big boy. Little boy gonna grow up to a big boy. Little boy gonna be a man. Thank you so much. Well, Brandon and I have been playing music together for 14 years now. And we've been very fortunate. We've gotten to travel all over the country and play shows. We've gotten to do lots of these wonderful house concerts, which we love. We've played at libraries. We played at big festivals in front of thousands of people. And we've just been putting out albums, and we've had all these kids. And I don't know, we've just been busy, you guys. We've been really busy. We've been so busy. And, well, I mean, you know, we just didn't have time, or we never got around to getting married. So I realized that I was a common law wife, because in South Carolina we have this common law marriage. That's one of the states that still has common law marriage, where if you've lived together as man and wife for I think 7 years or a certain period of time, you're considered married by the state. So I was thinking about being a common law wife one day, and I was driving around in the car, and I was listening to the classic country station, and I was thinking about how I was a common law wife, and I said, man, that's just a country song waiting to happen right there. I mean, what's up with that? So I was like, I went right home and wrote me a little common law wife country song, and I have to give mad props to the late queen of country music, Loretta Lynn, because much of the music behind this particular song was written with her in mind. This is Common Law Wife. I swore I'd never marry, hell, you heard it in my song. If some feller caught me, well, it wouldn't be for long. Oh, gal, somewhere along the way I fell into the straw, and I found myself here wedded according to that common law. Now I'm a common law wife, living out my life. I ain't got no license, I'm a common law wife. I was raised in church each Sunday, got a fine college degree. You think I learned my lesson about those birds and those bees? Well, imagine my surprise then when the stork came to my door. I thought he was at the wrong house with that old cart pushing horse, so I may come a long way. Yes, this is my life. I ain't got no license, I may come a long way. And now we wake up every morning when we hear that baby cry. We're too busy changing diapers for walking down the aisle. But I'm living with the only man who never broke my heart. I guess sometimes in the middle is a real good place to start. Well, I may come a long way, happy with my life. I ain't got no license, I may come a long way. Oh, I may come a long way, happy with my life. I ain't got no license, I may come a long way. Thank you. So that song is still true, much to my mother's chagrin. Except everything in there is true except for the part about diapers. I have to say that now that our youngest is 3. We very thankfully, we don't have to deal with any more diapers, and our kids they get embarrassed when they come to our show and we play that song. Because so I might have to change that line. Well, home is as an idea for a song. I mean, you could write 1,000 songs about home, and talk about something different in each one because it always means so many different things. And I wanted to write a song about home and think about how when you go back home, well, maybe the home where you grew up, you don't just see all the familiar faces of your friends and family, which you see them, of course, but as you look around your home, you see all of the faces of yourself, the way that you used to be. Maybe you see yourself as a little kid running around playing with your brothers and sisters or neighborhood kids. Maybe you see yourself as a teenager, the first time you got your heart broken, or when your team won the game and being all excited. Maybe you see yourself finding out that you're going away to college or coming back home from college, or just all the different versions of yourself that still kind of live in your heart and your memory in that place that you call home. And that's what this song is about. This is called Home. Stepping up to the front porch, my fingers find the key. All these roads I've traveled just to see the faces of family and old friends smile. Yes, I know it's been a while since I was home. Home. It's so simple yet it's so profound. But when love tosses me around, it's the anchor of my heart. It's where my memories start. Hey, it made me who I am now. Home. Here's where I had my first kiss. There's where I skinned my knee. Felt my first heartache and my first victory. Here's where I got the letter that took me far away. Still I knew I'd be back someday. 'Cause it's home. Home. It's so simple yet it's so profound. But when love tosses me around, it's the anchor of my heart. It's where my memories start. Hey, it made me who I am now. Home. 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 It's so simple yet it's so profound. But when love tosses me around, it's the anchor of my heart. It's where my memories start. Hey, it made me who I am now. Home. 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 Thank you. Well, the place that we call home, the place our kids are growing up, we live in a house my grandfather built most of, and we live on a farm. Goes back in my mom's family to 1791. It's still a working family farm, small family farm. Now, Brandon and I don't actually run the farm. My aunt and uncle run the farm. They live in another house back behind us, and they run the farm. We have there's a small herd of cows there, and they take care of them. Although sometimes when they get out, my uncle called Brandon up. He gets to go help round the cows up. So he doesn't just play cowboy music. He just sometimes does the cowboy job. But there you go. There it is. That's it right there. But our farm is kind of in an area that's really rapidly developing. And so, when I was a kid, when my mom was a kid, it was all just country and farm, and I think probably a gravel road out in front or even a dirt road maybe. And then when I was growing up, the suburbs were kind of coming closer and closer, and now it's surrounded on all sides by suburbs, by, we even have to say we even have a Starbucks now. We have a Starbucks at our farm. We have really made it. But there's condos and churches and schools and all kind of stuff all around us, and of course lots and lots of houses and grocery stores and things like that. And so our farm's kind of the last land there, and there's lots of folks that want us to get on out of there so they can build some more stuff there. And my family's really trying to hold on to it because our kids are the 10th generation of my mom's family to be on that land, which is really special. And so a few years ago, they took a bunch of the land for a road and treated us really poorly in the process, and it made me mad. So I wrote this song about it. This is called Blacktop Road. They got telephone poles where our trees had been. Ripped up our pasture, put a sidewalk in. Oh, that big voice of progress said you've got to go. We're gonna lay us a blacktop road. We're gonna lay us a blacktop road. Well, they tore down the house my great-granddaddy built, where my grandpa was born and my mama took her first steps. Hey, but nobody cared about the stories it told. The spot was just right for Blacktop Road. It was a perfect spot for Blacktop Road. Yeah, yeah, Blacktop Road, Blacktop Road. They're gonna lay them a Blacktop Road. Don't you try to complain, do as you're told. Get out of the way of that Blacktop Road. Grandma planted these flowers back when she was my age. They still bloom here every year, though she's gone to her grave. Oh, they won't be here tomorrow, that I know. They're gonna pave them right over with the Blacktop Road. Gonna cover them over, Blacktop Road. Yeah, yeah, Blacktop Road, Blacktop Road. They're gonna lay them a Blacktop Road. Don't you try to complain, do as you're told. Get out of the way of that Blacktop Road. Get out of the way of that Blacktop Road. We cry, well, this can't happen in the USA. Said you better shut up, we'll take your farm away. Then they thought they'd be friendly, maybe throw us a bone. They slapped our family name on that Blacktop Road. Now our family name's on that Blacktop Road. Yeah, yeah, Blacktop Road, Blacktop Road. They're gonna lay them a Blacktop Road. Don't you try to complain, do as you're told. Get out of the way of that Blacktop Road, Blacktop Road, Blacktop Road. They're gonna lay them a Blacktop Road. Don't you try to complain, do as you're told. Get out of the way of that Blacktop Road. Get out of the way of that Blacktop Road. Thank you. Blacktop Road. So we were over at our new Starbucks the other day, and it's actually it's officially my Starbucks. I'm just kidding, but it does. The funny thing is, my mom's maiden name, Hammett. You know, I talk about the family name on the Blacktop Road. So it is my mom's family name, Hammett, is on the road, but it's also on the Starbucks. Which I don't know, for me made me feel like really important the other day when I went to the Starbucks, and it said, there was a big huge sign out front. It said, "Welcome to Hammett Bridge Starbucks," and I was like, wow, there it is, my family name on a Starbucks. We've made it. And in the very spot where the Starbucks is, I was thinking about how when I was a little kid, maybe 9 or 10. My grandpa got me out in the middle of the night when we were out there. We were looking up at the stars, and like they were just like huge and massive, and you could see so many of them. They were so close, and you could like touch them up there, you know, all those stars. And now there's a Starbucks. That's progress, I guess. Well, I'm going to do a song about, we're talking about home. This is a song about a soldier who was trying to get home. He had served our country in World War II. His name was Isaac Woodard, Sergeant Isaac Woodard. He served our country in World War II. He was an African-American man. In 1946, he had been honorably discharged from service and was headed back home in South Carolina to reunite with his family, with his mom, with his dad, with his fiancée. And he was wearing his dress uniform. And in the middle of the night in a small town called Batesburg, South Carolina, he was pulled off the bus, beaten and blinded by the police. And when I first heard the story of Isaac Woodard, maybe around 2015 or so, I was just so shocked and horrified by the idea of an American soldier serving our country and coming back home to this kind of treatment. And essentially what happened at the time was the story made it all the way to President Truman's desk, and it was one of the things that led him to decide to desegregate the military. So Isaac Woodard is actually a very important figure in the civil rights movement, but in many ways his story had kind of been untold for many years, for almost 75 years. But there's now a historical marker there, and Brandon and I were asked to come and play in early 2019 at the dedication of that historical marker in the spot where he was beaten. And I have to say, of all the accolades and highlights of my career, that is the absolute ultimate highlight of my career that I got to do that. But I would encourage you to Google him or look up, if you like to read, there's a wonderful book you can read about him. There's an online PBS documentary you can stream, find out more about Sergeant Isaac Woodard. But for now, I'm going to play for you the song I wrote about him. This is called Isaac Woodard's Eyes. He was in the uniform of Uncle Sam, just home from service in a foreign land. Hitler was dead, but not that old Jim Crow. So to the back of the bus he had to go. And at a stop in a sleepy South Carolina town, the police chief and his boys came around. They dragged that soldier out into the night, beat him till they'd robbed him of his sight. And I think about that uniform he wore, a mother's son out fighting in a war to save another people from hateful tyranny, coming home to find that he still wasn't free. They threw him in the jail and took his pay. Didn't bring a doctor in for 2 whole days. 3 weeks had passed before his family knew the horrible ordeal he had been through. But that police chief still held his head up high, acquitted by a jury that was all white. In some sick way maybe he felt justified, his bitter hatred cloaked in a madman's shameful pride. Now think about that uniform he wore, a vow to protect he violently ignored. They say that cop went on to live a long, long life. I pray he dreamed each night of Isaac Woodard's eyes. 'Cause I think about that uniform he wore, a mother's son out fighting in a war, helped defend our nation from a fearful enemy, came home to find that he still wasn't free. He came home to find that he still wasn't free. Thank you so much. Isaac Woodard's Eyes. I think we're going to do one more and take a break. Does that sound like a good plan? All right. Well, I do play lots of songs based on true stories, but this next one is not. This is just made up. And I wrote it because I read this really great book about this woman who lived in Appalachia 100 years ago. And I was so shocked by how difficult her life was. Not just, everyone who lived in Appalachia 100 years ago had a hard time, but women especially. Just for a modern woman to read, it was almost like reading about someone who lived in another country or something. And I thought about, what if someone who was born a woman 100 years ago in Appalachia wanted to take life into their own hands and live life on their own terms, and what might that look like? And this is what I came up with. This is called Keep Your Head Down, Johnny. Ain't no kindness in this life for a woman. I know that God must be a man. All the fear and the pain and the sorrow, he laid it down in her hand. Mama, she birthed 10 children, buried 5 of them. For the last baby died, he took Mama's breath too. Was his only mercy in the end. Keep your head down now, Johnny. Boy, don't you look 'em in the eye, for they'll see that your cheeks like the down of a rose. Know that you're telling a lie. Daddy had no use for a grown daughter, just another mouth to feed. Send me yonder mountain with old John Blythe the year I turned 15. Well, that man taught me the meaning of the devil, bloody sheets, broken bones, and shame. Left him laying down in the dark holler, rode west with his suit and his name. Keep your head down now, Johnny. Boy, don't you look 'em in the eye, for they'll see that your cheeks like the down of a rose. Know that you're telling a lie. My name is John Blythe of Kansas. I carry the mail across the plain. Stare at the ground when I ride into town, and I whisper the sad refrain. Hey, keep your head down now, Johnny. Boy, don't you look 'em in the eye, for they'll see that your cheeks like a down of a rose. I know that you're telling a lie. Oh, they'll see that your cheeks like the down of a rose. I know that you're telling a lie. Thank you so much. We're going to take a short break, and I've got CDs out here, T-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, jewelry. Come check it out.
So one more time for Brandon and Angela.
Well, I lay my head tonight on a pillow of the cold, cold ground. Well, I lay my head tonight on a pillow of the cold, cold ground. Hard time come down on me. Hard time, nothing for free. Hard time for home and family. I lost my way somehow, stumbled behind the plow. Now all I own is all I can carry. Well, I lay my head tonight on a pillow of the cold, cold ground. Well, I lay my head tonight on a pillow of the cold, cold ground. Yeah. And when you gaze past me, I know just what you see. I used to look with those same eyes, so quick to turn away, think there won't come a day you can wake up here, lost and lonely. Well, I lay my head tonight on a pillow of the cold, cold ground. Well, I lay my head tonight on a pillow of the cold, cold ground. Well, I lay my head tonight on a pillow of the cold, cold ground. Well, I lay my head tonight on a pillow of the cold, cold ground. Thank you so much. That song is called Lay My Head. Hey, thank you guys, everybody coming out saying such nice stuff to us and getting some CDs and some jewelry and T-shirts and stuff. We sure do appreciate it. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, this we're going to do another song off of my new album. This is one that this was actually the first song that I believe that I wrote and recorded for my new album. And I wrote this song. Even though I wrote this song, I always say I'll be so glad someday when I feel like I can quit singing it and it's not relevant anymore. But unfortunately, and especially as a mom, it's relevant to me every day that I drop my precious children off at the door of the school, and all those thoughts run through your head of all those what ifs when you hear what's going on in the news and what's happening at other schools around the country or other shopping centers or in other churches around the country where maybe there's been one of these horrible events that seem to happen so frequently here. And we live down the street from a fire station and a church, and every time there's like a mass shooting event, they always have their flags at half staff. And it's gotten to where it seems like they're like that all the time. So that's what inspired me to write this song. This is called Halfway Down. This morning's like a penny, all bright, shiny, and new. The mean old summer heat is gone, the fall has kissed with dew. I hear my children laughing, no, they ain't seen the news. I breathe a prayer of thanks, they're safe at home right now. Driving the long road into town, all the flags are halfway down. Try to make my peace with that strange ground on the long road into town. Another man, another gun, American as pie. Nothing ever changes, no one's asking why. We offer up our thoughts and prayers, we shake our fist and cry. Then we go back to our own busy lives. Drive a long road into town. See, the flags are halfway down. Try to make our peace with that strange ground on the long road into town. And they'll raise them back up again, but then in a week or maybe two, you'll see. On the long road into town, the flag is back halfway down, and we'll make our peace with that strange ground on the long road into town. On the long road into town. Thank you so much. Halfway down. What you do with the song, Brandon? Want to?
Let me think of something.
Okay. You know any songs?
Like Neil Diamond, maybe.
Unless you don't want me to play it with
No,
on
don't
it.
play on this.
Okay, don't play anything. All right.
Does that bother you while you tune it?
It don't bother me, but it might bother them. Might make it take longer. I'm done. Brandon Turner.
Got a little girl that just will not treat me right. Said I got a little old gal just does not treat me right. She done gone to running around, stepping out most every night. Ask you where you going when you was stepping out. Told me you was going down to that laundromat. I went by that laundry at 9:30. Locks was on the doors and the close for business sign. Tell me, baby, where you doing your washing at? All my shirts is dirty, giving to no laundromat. Well, you got me worried, baby, from my head down to my shoe. Says you got me worried, baby, from my head down to my shoe. Where you running around, giving me them old laundromat blues. Will not treat me right. Said I got a little old gal just does not treat me right. She done gone to running round, stepping out most every night. Well, I asked you where you going when you was stepping out. Told me you was going to that laundromat. I went by the laundry at 9:30. Had locks on the doors and a close for business sign. Tell me, baby, where you doing your washing at? All my shirts is dirty, you ain't me to no laundromat. Yeah, I said all my my shirts is dirty. You aiming to the laundromat. Thank you, folks. We were talking about Danny Gatton earlier, and when we're in other parts of the country, I can get away with that, and people think I come up with it, but that's the reason I pointed over there, you know. Because Danny had I think he was doing it. I think he had a beer bottle that he was playing with, and he got it in, and then he said, your brand could be here, you know. And as far as it goes. That was fun. Thank y'all.
Brandon Turner. Well, I'm gonna go back and want to do a couple of songs off my very first album. I've been playing a lot of stuff off my newest album, but I feel like a lot of times as a songwriter, you're all excited about the newest thing. But for some reason lately, like my old album, my very first album that I ever recorded, my first full-length album has been coming back to me, and a lot of the songs have been coming back to me, and I've been wanting to sing them, and especially this one, the title song. My first album I recorded when I lived in Los Angeles, and I was really super broke. I made my living as a birthday party princess, and spent a lot of time in hot 100-degree weather with a wig on and a ball gown, and it was fun. I liked it. I mean, it was fun, but I was out there trying to, play music and do stuff like that, and every time I'd scrounge a little bit of money together, or somebody had a studio open in the middle of the night, we'd go in and record a song or two, and I didn't even have money to pay the musicians. I used to bake them cookies, and I used to drive their kids to auditions, and and everybody got free. Everybody that that had a kid, I'd do their birthday party for free. So that's where I was when I wrote this song and when I recorded this song. This is called "Earning Her Wings." The blue lights are shining on the streets of the town. The cowboys and truckers order up one last round. They stare at the lady up there with the band and call for a sad one again. She's tired and wasted. She wants to go home. Her morning comes slowly for the man that's alone. So right now, she'll love them the best way she can. Up there with that mic in her hand, she sings easy, sweetly. They say every time you hear those fiddle strings, a honky-tonk angel is earning her wings. Maybe she once dreamed that she'd be a star. Maybe she married too young and fell hard. Maybe her beauty has faded with time, but she's the belle of that barroom tonight. She sings easy, sweetly. say every time you hear those fiddle strings, a honky-tonk angel is earning her wings. When the smoke and the air hits the lights on the stage, you'd swear there's a halo surrounding her face. Easy, sweetly, they say every time you hear those fiddle strings, a honky-tonk angel is earning her wings. Thank you. So here's another song from that time in my life. Ooh, I might need to tune. Did I do much tuning back then? So this song is one that I wrote one night. The tuner says it's in tune. What does it know? So this is a song I wrote one night when I felt like drinking. It's called Feel Like Drinking. When I'm pushed into the corner and my back's against the wall, the rising expectation make for steeper fall. I need to get away and just forget about it all, and I'll be fine. I feel like drinking tonight. I feel like drinking, I don't feel like thinking. I need a vacation from my restless mind. Pass me that bottle, I'm going full throttle. I'm leaving this whole mess behind. Oh, I feel like drinking tonight. Sometimes you wanna go where nobody knows your name. They don't ask a lot of questions, who you are, why you came. But they know what you're doing here, they're here to do the same. They don't mind if you feel like drinking tonight. Well, I feel like drinking, I don't feel like thinking. I need a vacation from my restless mind. Pass me that bottle, I'm going full throttle. I'm leaving this whole mess behind. Oh, I feel like drinking tonight. What's wrong with being happy for a little while? Gonna fix that trouble, gonna have me a double tilted back and just take flight. Might do a little drinking tonight. Look out. Well, I feel like drinking, I don't feel like thinking. Need a vacation from my restless mind. Pass me that bottle, I'm going full throttle. I'm leaving this whole mess behind. Oh, I feel like drinking tonight. Hey, I feel like drinking tonight. Well, I feel like drinking tonight. Thank you. Cheers. So the last time we came here, I think we figured it was August of 2019. About a couple months after that, Brandon and I found out we were expecting our third baby, and then a few months after that, in March 2020, COVID hit. And it was certainly a crazy time to be, expecting a child and bringing a new life into the world. I mean, as we look back at that time, Brandon and I, we went from being full-time working musicians with lots of shows on the books to I was sitting at home teaching our then first grader school over the computer in like the 1 week's time, and it changed so quick. And gosh, we were so nervous and we were so scared, and we didn't know what was going on, and we didn't know if we were going to be able to get in the hospital to have the baby, or were the hospitals going to be busy, or was it going to be safe, and all that kind of stuff. And then in May 2020, our third son Rory was born, and it's almost even hard to imagine now, but just look back at that time, and like we weren't working, we were home, nobody was going anywhere. Brandon and I didn't know if we were ever going to be able to get back to doing what we love. And all of the goals and all of the things that I had planned for the future just kind of went out the window. And I was kind of left sitting here thinking, like, what do I want from my life? Like, what's one thing I want from my life? What do I want most from my life? Now, if you asked me before the pandemic, what do I want most from my life, I probably would have said, I would really love to get one of my songs in an Apple commercial or a Target commercial. Something that would like really, help my family out financially. But after the pandemic happened and we were all at home and everybody was so scared and nervous and not knowing what was going to happen, and I was strolling my newborn baby down the street one day because that was like the most exciting thing we got to do any day. And I was thinking, what do I want from my life now? What if I never get to play music again live? What do I want from my life? And the answer came to me so clear. I want to be able to see my children grow old. And that is what I want for my life and for their life. And so I went home and I wrote this song about that. And that moment, it was such a gift. There was of course a huge downside, and I don't mean to minimize the downside to the pandemic, but that moment when we were all home and we were all quiet, and the perspective that was gained in that was, for me, it was such a gift, and I wanted to write a song about that moment. So I wrote this song. It's called Grow Old. We have a really nice video. If you like to watch music videos, it's got our children are in the video with me. So check that out when you go home, if you care to. All of a sudden it got quiet. All of a sudden time stood still. Somewhere hidden in the silence, a new perspective was revealed. I watched my plans and expectations float away like lost balloons. I mourn them just until the sunset. I wrote your name across the moon. For truly nothing matters more to me. I now know my most cherished dream. I want to be there for those first smile lines, to watch your hair turn gray. Follow the map, scars and tattoos that marks your days. All of your trials your big mistakes. I want to know how your life unfolds. I want to see you grow. I love to hold you in the morning. We chase the monsters down the hall. Someday your troubles will outgrow me, but I'll still come running when you call. Ain't religious, but before each day is through, I close my eyes and I say a prayer for you. 'Cause I wanna be there for those first smile lines, to watch your hair turn gray. Follow the map, scars and tattoos that marks your days. All of your triumphs, your loves and losses, your big mistakes. I want to know how your life unfolds. I want to see you grow. How your life unfolds. I want to see you grow. Thank you so much. Well, Brandon and I love what we do. I hope you can tell we just love it, and we appreciate you so much. And let's please give one more round of applause for our wonderful hosts, Dave and Kathy. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. It's so humbling. I know there's so much work and planning and love and care that goes into these, and the fact that you would let us come in here and be a part of this wonderful series is just super humbling, and I appreciate it so much. So thank you, and thank all of you for coming out tonight. You know, when I started out playing music, I didn't know about house concerts. I don't know if that was a thing, but I didn't know anything about this wonderful, beautiful community. And I mean, gosh, I can't imagine anywhere better to play than this, really. I love it, and I love all of you, so thank you so much. I'm so fortunate that I get to play music for a living, and then I also get to go home and spend a lot of time with my kids and being a mom. I feel like I've really got the best of both worlds, and it's just a dream come true that I couldn't have imagined for myself as a life, and I wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't for you guys. So, I mean, you guys make my dream come true every time you come out to these shows and host these shows, and not just me, but all the other, you know, working class musicians that are out there doing our thing. So, I mean, thank you, and keep coming out, keep supporting the shows, and really thank you from the bottom of our hearts. This song goes out to all of you who make our dreams come true every day. This is called I'm All Right. When I was young, my mama would say I'd be a star someday. I guess I never made it except maybe in her eyes. So much seemed impossible that jumped right down into the deep end. Tried my best, but it never came. So now I realize I'm alright. There's a big yellow moon and the sky so bright, and I'm on my way back home tonight. Well, I'm alright. Got a whole lot of love in my life, and there's nothing more I need to get by. Yes, I'm alright. Sometimes I'm playing my music somewhere for free, and people don't pay no attention to me. It's not quite where I thought I'd be, but I can smile, 'cause there's worse ways to earn a dime, far worse ways to pass the time than to sing a song, strum along, and drive another mile. I'm alright. There's a big yellow moon and the sky so bright, and I'm on my way back home tonight. Oh, I'm alright. Got a whole lot of love in my life, and there's nothing more I need to get by. Yes, I'm alright. Two little arms reach up for me, one little laugh that sets me free. His daddy's heart is strong and true. What a lucky girl am I. I'm alright. There's a big yellow moon and the sky so bright, and I'm on my way back home tonight. Oh, I'm alright. Got a whole lot of love in my life, and there's nothing more I need to get by. Yes, I'm alright. When I was young, my mama would say I'd be a star someday. Thank you. Please help me thank Brandon Turner.
Miss Angela Easterling.
Thank you, guys. Dave and Kathy. We've had a wonderful time playing for y'all tonight. We love you guys. Y'all get home safe. Come see us again. Grab a card with my website. Keep up with us online. Merch is still out there if you still want to get something. Request? Yeah. Yeah, be glad to. Yeah, absolutely. One more. I have to tell the story about the song. Yes, this.
Just to set this up,
Yeah.
I don't think I had ever heard this song.
Oh, really? Wow.
Maybe I have, but it never sank in until I heard you guys sing it. So we appreciate it.
Wow. This is a Woody Guthrie song, and it's I started playing it a few years ago due to stories in the news. It felt like it was still really relevant, and it's the only cover song on my new album. crops are all in and the peaches are rotten. The oranges pile up in their creosote dumps. They're flying them back to that Mexican border. Save all their money to wade back again. My father's own father, he waded that river. They took all the money he made in his life. Brothers and sisters, come work in the fruit trees. And they rode that truck till they took down and died. Goodbye, my one, goodbye, Rosalita. Adios, mis amigos, Jesus y Maria. You won't have your name when you ride the big airplane. All they will call you will be deportee. Some of us are illegal and others not wanted. Our work contract's up and we have to move on. 600 miles to that Mexican border. They chase us like outlaws, like rapists, like thieves. Goodbye, my one, goodbye, Rosalita. Adios, mis amigos, Jesus y Maria. You won't have your name when you ride the big airplane. All they will call you will be deportee. The sky plane caught fire over Los Gatos Canyon, a big ball of lightning that shook all these hills. Who were our dear friends, all now scattered like dry leaves. The radio said they were just deportees. Goodbye, my one, goodbye, Rosalita. Adios, mis amigos, Jesus y Maria. You won't have your name when you ride the big airplane. All they will call you will be deportee. Thank you so much. It's Deportee by Woody Guthrie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Thank you.